Hey, welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10. We're in the middle of our second series of the day, and we are in Group A, day 1 of 7. You catch us at the right time, because from here on out, you can just, ease in and get yourself settled down for the next 7 days. Hopefully, you don't have any work, because we're going to be here for a while. So, get ready. Also here with me are Slacks and Kyle, and they're very comfortable.
Hey, everybody. We're having a great time here. No issues at all. I love this show and Kyle.
That's really sweet to hear.
What a game! Stever?
It was quite the game. We all thought the Na'Vi was going to take it. And, don't worry about that. We'll fix him. Talk to me about that first game, Kyle.
Well, like most games on this patch, it feels like it just kind of was decided at the draft. There's no real answers for the Huskar. No real answer to the Void. And
the game was close, Sheever.
Oh, you know what else is close?
Close. I didn't like how close that game was at all.
Talk to us about how that game made you feel.
You know what? It actually did make me feel pretty uncomfortable. Na'Vi just really got in there. They got in way too close, way too early, and it kind of backfired a little bit. They didn't like.
Funny guy.
Vega didn't like that very much. They tried to resist, and they weren't able to. And despite their objections, Na'Vi just kept pushing and pushing until they couldn't get away from them.
It's just so good to hear your
Help! Anyway, all in all, though, I think we saw what we expected to see. Basically, they kept finding ways to get pickoffs, especially on the Brew, which gave them their only chance to fight back. As soon as Brew was dead or a Phoenix died, they had nothing. And that's what we expected to see.
Yep. Well, Kyle, you have also selected a replay for us, so we can go to the drawing board. And
yes, you'll have to get up, Kyle.
Yes, you do.
You'll have to get up and away.
All
right, here we go.
Here, give you just perfect. Pause real quick. I'm just getting used to the drawing board, so bear with me, folks. But this stage of the game, Na'Vi pretty much looking to close out. What are you doing?
I'm going to help you talk, and I'll draw.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so you don't have answers for the Huskar and the Void, and this is how you want to play it if you're Na'Vi. You can see Crystallized over there on the side. He's just waiting. He doesn't want to commit because he's the guy that would get initiated on and actually lose the fight were he to go down. Huskar is going to just dive in. Yep, you can see. And then you can hit play slow.
Slowly now. Oh, baby, he got him. That's the target they want, baby.
Well, yes and no, because the thing is, the Brew's most likely going to get a split off. It's really hard for the Na'Vi lineup to 100-0 him. The main issue is that the Clinks doesn't really have any damage output because Huskar is just going for a second item halberd, and that's part of the issue with picking a Clinks and burst damage necessary cores, because when you have a high sustain lineup like Na'Vi's, the Chen, the Dazzle, etc., it's so hard for any of Na'Vi's heroes to die. You can see Crystallized pops the refresher. The Brew's going to go in. He gets the split off and everything, but Mirana's already dead.
What is that? Why is that two ears? Weird ears.
Then,
what?
Hang on, this is my turn. I'm ready.
Go.
And then all the players inside the Chrono, they
cry. They cry out in pain, ladies and germs. And that's it. But everything started, as we talked about before, with those very good initiations on those very good heroes. And once you take out one, the rest of the cookie crumbles.
All right. Well, I'm glad we could go through that together.
That's very good. Very good job. Proud of you.
Who's touching who now?
I'm just glad you were here for my first time, to really guide me through it.
Wow. All right. So we're getting ready for the second game, and we kind of agree that this game was draft decided. A lot of it was draft decided. So we're going to look to see what happens next. We got to point out Vega got Huskar'd. How much of an impact was that Huskar for the entire plan of Na'Vi? Was that the hero that sealed the deal?
It was. When your first pick, I feel like if you can ever be in a position where you take those two cores, your 1 and your 2, and...
Go for it.
Oh?
Vega wasn't...
What? Go!
Vega wasn't in a position to address both cores with one pick. They had Huskar problems, they had scaling problems, they had Void problems. And they're in a position where this last pick hero has to do so much that it's just an impossible hole to climb out of. So it's really the setup, the dazzle, the Chen, the mag. They're the perfect support heroes. You get good lanes, good scaling, tower pressure, save, etc., etc. Now it's just, hey, fit 2 heroes in that the enemy side can't deal with.
I'm trying to help visually explain.
Sorry. All right. So we already knew that there was going to be a Chen, a Magnus, and a Dazzle from the first 3 picks. Isn't there something that Vega could have done to respond and to have a better setup? Because
well, I mean,
it seems fixable.
That was such the problem, right? I mean, the problem is that they had so much catch. Really, all they needed was one big damage dealer, and it was the guess of who it could have been. And that's a very hard guess to do. It could have been a PA for all we knows, huh?
Yeah.
Could have been a Shadow Fiend, could have been anybody. Of course, you see that Dazzle, your mind should be going, can't let him get a Huskar. They might have missed out on that, so it was a perfect opportunity.
And it's not the first time this team got Huskar, though.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a painful, burning lesson. You know what I would do? If I was a pro player every time I got Huskar,
What would you do?
I'd take a little match, throw it on my pants. You ain't going to forget that.
Well, I think that's what you already did. That's why you're wearing jeans right now. By the way, you guys, let's see what you did for MVP vote. The Hacks MVP vote went to...
I told you.
My boy!
Even no longer.
And M&T didn't even get 1% for that. But like, you know, if you go for Vega Squadron, M&T had some amazing Echo Slams.
Whatever.
Keiju coming in strong. Solid second place finish thanks to his stream viewers. Shout out to the Keiju stream.
Hey-o.
Coming through in the clutch.
No, I gotta
the
say,
zoo.
though.
They're still on the losing team, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then they did put in a pretty good performance with the Clinks, though. Remember when Void tried to jump him mid lane? He almost killed him?
But he didn't.
But he didn't.
Yeah, almost.
All right, we're in the second game. We can take a look at what's happening next because we've got another Chen pick, another one for Na'Vi. So that is something that Vega should now be familiar with. They should be aware that they should set up their lanes better. You know, that's step one.
Yep.
Even if you're going to get Huskar, make sure you're prepared for it.
Absolutely. It's almost Halloween. It's time to get spooked.
Oh, God, why would they do that? I was just about to say how they have to not do that.
Well,
they picked Phoenix, Mirana, Earthshaker, 3 heroes that have static damage outputs that have a really hard time dealing with creeps, which seems counterintuitive because you'd think Shaker is good, but it doesn't play in the early game like a Chen does. And your Chen will just give you a free couple of towers, secure the early game for your cores. They're once again going to pick up the mag, which again opens the pool of hyper carries 15, 20. You can't ban out Crystallize in this scenario, and I already feel like Vega's way behind. Mirana was not picked in the grand finals, with the exception of Game 5, for a reason of that last ESL tournament this weekend.
Great arguments there all around, but a counter, if you may. You just start with that beginning, you ban out the Huskar,
which they did.
The only problem, and you show these guys, we're not scared of you. We had an idea last game. It didn't work, but it will this time. That's confidence, baby.
It is. And one of the upsides, of course, in group stages is that nobody's getting eliminated. You might end up in the lower bracket, which is still very scary. But if you do have a plan and you do want to prove to either yourself or to everybody else that it can work.
So you're saying even if you were to start out as a loser and then you were to lose again, you still have a chance to come back.
Yeah.
A winner.
There's always a chance, Dota 2.
So even though I didn't have a date to prom, are you saying that someday...
I mean, some fights are definitely, you know, unwinnable, but overall...
Jesus.
There's always a chance. Everybody has a chance.
Let's have a prom as the red button. And you can ask me. Might say yes, might not. We don't know. But anyway, back to the draft here.
A little random.
What are you talking about? He could have get a prom date if you know, life happens.
Proms are not a thing in the Netherlands, so I have no idea. Is it really that big of a deal?
You never got asked to prom?
There's no prom. There's no such thing.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't know you were too. We could have talked about
this explains so much about what a angry person you are. Anyway, TA's banned out. And Abaddon's banned out. Interesting Abba ban. When's the last time you saw a Yabadon?
I I'd say back when the Flintstones were on, right? Wasn't it?
Yabba-dabba-doo!
Exactly. Barney Rubble's favorite hero.
Okay, well, it is actually the exact same opening. Phoenix, Mirana,
and
Earthshaker.
You know what I would say? It's equally bad.
Well, they could just have a really good plan that they got spoiled last time with the Huskar.
I don't think that's the case. I feel like Vega has the wrong read on the meta that developed after the last couple of lands and qualifiers. It's about sustain and about low cooldown, easy initiations. And while, yeah, it can be cool to Fisher Echo into an arrow setup, like that finds you 1 kill. Eggs have a really hard time surviving nowadays because people have become more adept at killing them. But most of all, it's a sustain meta.
Yeah.
It's a team fight meta. And it's a wave clear, accelerate.
Yes.
Mag gives you all of these things. Chen gives you all of these things. And already you have so many holes in the draft covered by the 3 Na'Vi heroes. They answer the egg. They're going to win the early game. They're going to outscale. What do you do from here if you're Vega?
Well,
You're the expert. You're supposed to be able to answer that.
well, he passed it on to me, Shearer. So.
Yeah, my point. Here stands.
All right. So, of course, you don't try to do what you did last time. It would be good
But they
to
already did. They did exactly what they did last time, Slack.
Well, it's a bait. Now you finish it off with something that has more AoE functionality. They get the Faceless Void. They get the ones that work with the Phoenix more. Maybe a Treant Protector could not happen this game because he's banned out first. But something along those lines. Get that AoE together, trip up Na'Vi a little bit with that same introduction, tilt them out, and change your playstyle. They still got plenty of time. 2 heroes can do a lot, Kyle.
It's true.
That Earthshaker, again, was really good, though, so they can build around that. With a Pugna.
Oh.
No?
Oh, no. Pugna.
Pugna's great against Lina, at least.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
and it's just the exact same scenario. You have an immediate void pickup, and what does a Mirana do to avoid the entire game? You're in a position now where if you're Vega, if you want to kill Void, you need to 100 to 0 him, and you really only have the Shaker into Mirana arrow as your real lockdown. He's going to buy a BKB like he did last game.
Yeah.
And you're going to get to a point where if the game is even, you're going to have a Void that will always be able to chrono, BKB, and kill people. What does a Mirana do during that time? How do you pierce BKBs? Like, that's something you need to have as a source of dealing with these carries, like damage, to stop them in their tracks. It's like going into a bullfight, but you forget the red cape.
Yeah, that's right. But you know what they got to fight with? They got that big, Rocky Mountain oysters right here, okay? Well, Mirana survives. She gets out of the chrono, hits him with the arrow before he gets BKB. They roll over. This is a much more aggressive lineup. Pugna got the push, Maybe they can own that early game with all this magical damage.
But it's aggressive with Phoenix Shaker supports. Like, those heroes aren't really good. Like, a Chen could 2v1 them at a point.
That is a very depressing thought.
Zeus ban.
Zos! All right, Broodmother. Okay, that could make a little bit of... Oh,
That's a cool pick.
that's cool. Talk to me about it.
So, if Mirana Q's in a lane, as he casts it, you can pop out, use Carapace, and the Mirana Q will hit you as Nyx. That Mirana's going to die. Same goes for Pugna Blasts, for Phoenix Sunray, for Phoenix Spirits. It's a really cool game to play Nyx because you have this high damage setup of Alina. You have a Chen to secure the early game. And I personally love Nyx in this position. It's going to be a 4 because they play the Chen as like this 4-5, mostly 5 hybrid. And the Nyx then is in a position where as long as you get to like Arcane's level 7, level 8, all 3 of these cores help land you kills. The Void's going to be able to accelerate. Lina's actually a great ranged empower target, much like Huskar was in the previous game, because you get such a high attack speed steroid from your Fiery Soul.
What's up with the Spectre?
It's excellent to cancel Blink Daggers, prevent the mag initiation. You get on top of the Lina and the Chen. They're very susceptible to high reach carries. Spectre is the king of reach. Only concern I have is that this is still an uncountered, undealt with Faceless Void. And I don't know how you're going to stop them.
All right, so the question is, behind or in front of which box do you want to place your name?
I'm going to go for...
Yeah, there you go. Navis! Yeah, Spectre would be great if this game got to late game, but it won't. They have way too many ways to jump on that Spectre and make sure that she gets nothing. I got to go with Navi as well. Sorry, boys.
I feel very bad, but I'm going to do the same.
Yowza!
Actually, I don't feel that bad.
Okay.
All right. It is time for...
Did she?
Well, she never got invited to prom.
That's true.
There was no prom.
We're gonna do a Dota prom.
That's just
Jeeves.
what your school
It's
told
fine.
you, so that you didn't feel bad.
That is very depressing. All right. Let's head over to Only Pixel and Funk.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 10 casting desk. I'm Only Pixel. I'm here with Fogged, and we're getting ready for Game 2 between Na'Vi and Vega Squadron. And there's no Huskar.
Are you going to let them get away with that? They were just bullying Sheev.
That's fine. I'll do that as well. It's the sign of a healthy relationship, Fogged.
But you shouldn't let them bully her.
Absolutely.
You should go get them.
Equal opportunity
Go beat
for
them.
everybody.
Go beat them up.
Everybody can bully Sheev. Everyone can bully me. Everyone can bully you.
That's true.
We'll all be bullies together. And such is the life of a Dota 2 player as we get into another bit of action. Game 2, what are we seeing? Some similarities from Na'Vi. More Magnus, more Void, more Chen. And Vega Squadron coming in with a different approach. So running the Pugda for Dendi this time and bringing the Spectre into the game. What do you think about the Spectre? I feel like we didn't really see too much Spec as of late. Definitely sort of one of those late game carries and you know, that you sort of probably compare to like your Morphs, your Terrorblades, your PLs, which just doesn't feel quite as crazy as it's received a fair series of nerfs over the patches.
Yeah, I mean, he's similar in the fact that you can go to the late stage, but he doesn't have that same farm potential, right? Like PL and TB and Morph, like they're these super hyper carries because the speed that they can actually farm. Spectre, you just kind of attack creeps and throw your dagger. It's much different. You don't have illusions doing your bidding. You don't have any type of like thing that really boosts you up because your attack speed's slow and like a Morphling. Let's see. I mean, good to get on top of the heroes like Kyle was mentioning. I mean, it can actually... The matchup versus the Void in the late game can be a bit tough. The arrow does connect with the fissure. They don't really have the damage to follow up on it.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. He's not going to be able to time walk off all the damage because that long stun. Down bottom, Pexu will pick up the bounty rune. Has yet to skill, so can skill the dive. But we'll opt to just skill the Fire Spirits in the hope that he can still walk away, and with the trust that Fisher was going to be there, he indeed can. So he doesn't have to sort of be forced to skill that unfavorable level 1.
So Spectre, he can get pressured quite a lot by the Chen. That's the one thing that's a bit of a concern, of course. Because Chen plus Magnus, this Magnus is going to get a hell of a lot of farm up here too.
Oh yeah.
They don't have the greatest supports to protect him in the lane. Like Phoenix he's half and half, because the Fire Spirits are great in the lane, but besides that, your right clicks, you don't deal with Chen creeps by any means. And Magnus, we've seen this, I mean, especially by Na'Vi, they absolutely love playing this hero on Buzzy. He does not mind whatsoever. Bottom though, the pressure, they can also pressure this Void a decent amount. Earthshaker doesn't contribute too much, but Mirana can constantly just keep poking that Void down. But I think the Void brought, like, again, 9 tangos and a salve, just like last time, so we can eat that pressure. And the mid matchup can be relatively even. Lina, I've seen win most of the time in this matchup, but Pugnas can play around it just a bit here, and he could have rotations as well coming in from that Shaker, which could push him over the edge a little. So do we have a pull open for Seneko? We don't just yet up top, I don't believe. Or not a pull, a hard camp creep. Not just yet, but he did, I believe, get the D ward, and we are going to wait for that 2 minutes where he will be level 2 and he can actually get a creep. Maybe he just backs up and gets one from the other camp, and that looks like what he's going to do.
Down bottom. He's forcing Crystallize away from the creep wave, making sure that Kezu gets the favorable CS down here. As they farm head to head. The mid lane matchup 5 for 3 on Magical, 4 for 1 on Dendi at the moment. Should continue to remain a pretty close lane.
Oh, using the Nether ward. Interesting.
Quite early on.
I haven't seen that one much, but it sits that. Look at Lena's mana regen. He's just static.
Yeah.
Sitting at 304, doesn't actually tick up at all. And every time he does use a nuke, a bit of extra damage coming in there. That's an interesting approach. Don't really see that too often from the Pugnas.
And sort of hard as well for Magical to actually farm it, because you have sort of this low attack speed unless you're using the spells. And if you're using the spells, you're taking damage. And if you're trying to take it down with that low attack speed, it's sort of going to be a long, slow effort, and Dendi's going to be able to deny it. So
Usually you want that increased burst damage though, right? Between your high-level Decrepify and high-level Blast. This is gonna slow down his big burst combo that can come out from that like level 7 with 2 Decrep points, but he's just looking to try to even out the lane here to be burning that mana and also just keep getting that extra harassment. I mean, it's different, it's cool.
Oh, yeah, I think in terms of just a straight 1v1, it is going to make it a lot harder for Magical to stick around in the lane and find good farm.
I mean, look at this. Look how much damage he's taking from that ward.
Yeah.
He has a Fairy Fire. He's forced to use it.
No, I like the way that Denzi's playing this.
Very, very clever. Blizzy up top, we see leading that chart. He is under no threat, as we mentioned, especially once his Chen comes over with creeps. Then he can put the pressure on and he can definitely get way more denies. I mean, Spectre can't really deny versus Magnus. That base damage advantage is very apparent. 80 damage on him, and I believe Spectre's sitting at like 50, yeah.
And of course, Spectre, one of the heroes that it's a little harder to catch back up if you do suffer too much in CS. A lot of it relying on your team finding and setting up kills across the map.
MNT throws the fissure to block the connection pull, so it will only be a single pull for them. But you see that since this Nyx Assassin, he's aware they have a dual melee bottom. They have a Nyx Void. The best situation, the best way that he can actually help Crystallize is just maximize experience. Keep doing those pulls. Sure, it's got to screw up the equilibrium of the lane, but he needs to just be able to do what he can. He can't actually just walk up and like trade hits because he's at risk of getting fissure blocked and all that. So if you have these dual melee lanes that aren't really the strongest, because Nyx isn't the biggest powerhouse hero, this is usually one you want to do in your safe lane. Guarantee your pulls.
Yeah, and I'm saying in this mid, Magical, he really is sort of struggling with the way that Dendy's playing this with the ward.
Then he's gotten help too, but yeah, the ward is hurting quite a bit here. You can't actually always nuke, and there's been rotations from the Shaker, and now also the Phoenix, a triple rotation coming in. Magical.
There's a light strike onto Dendy, but with the 3 of them there,
he gets first blood.
He does get the first blood. Not the plan there from Vega Squadron. I was sure they get him, but getting first blood against 3 heroes trying to kill you, not bad at all. The top lane. Madara, nuked down by Blizzy's Shockwave as Seneko comes into the lane with the right creeps, that Mud Golem ready to punch him up with the stun. Getting the Spectre out of there.
I love seeing Mud Golems. Every time I see them, I'm always just thinking about like the quad Mud Golem play into the Penitence, that damage.
We haven't seen a good Mud Golem play like that in a long time.
We really haven't, that's very true. I think last time I saw it may have actually been the last DreamLeague when I was here.
And of course, there was the Spectre's TP cancelled as well, so Madara going to have to spend a long time walking back to the lane as he attempted to TP back home before he died.
Moment of silence for Madara.
Always that painful walk you have to make. And that means top lane, I mean, just look at how much that Magnus is outseeing at CS and Spectre. It's a grim start for Madara Spectre.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
At least the Mirana is similar, right? Pretty much exact same last hit to the Magnus. Denny does TP in, Seneko, they're trying to get the wraparound, but quick, speedy skeleton that Pugna is able to distance himself. That is the catapult wave rotation, right? So they were waiting for that catapult with Seneko, but now he walks up into the high ground. Seneko.
He's still alive for now and punches back at Den. He does still fall. Nice strike. Ooh.
Damn, Magical. Finding these comeback kills.
It's a close opening this time, but yeah, a lot of sort of looking towards the 2 offlaners to have the big impact this game, as they are the ones with an insane amount of farm in these first 6 minutes. Blizzy. Arcane boots nearly complete.
Level 6 too. Oh, they actually
was mid. They do get MNT.
Damn, Magical's finding so much out of, even though they're committing like 3 heroes to try to shut him down.
Got 3 kills.
He's owning. Nice decrep, make him mess up that last hit.
Very close, really, in terms of sort of overall difference in net worth. It's Crystallize. Closing in on the 6. Once he has it there, you can certainly expect to see them try to make a bit of a kill onto Kezu.
Yeah, if he gets relatively low, they can definitely chrono and line up for a Nyx stun. Crystallize. Ooh. Probably have to use the salve here. Kezu now low on mana. Does not have a stick either. Chu, I don't believe he's skilled on the Nyx Assassin, the second skill point, but Madara getting pressured. Seneko. Do they have any follow-up? They don't have any points in Skewer this time around, so I won't be able to close that gap.
Well, still, though, just a big nuisance for Madara.
Yeah. How's Chu? He still is saving the skill point. I actually like this. He could opt to go for the mana burn if he sees an opportunity where the Mirana is low and can't actually go for leap, or the usual Carapace build, so you can set up the stuns. As Kyle mentioned, there is a lot of good situations where he can look to set those up onto the Nyx, or onto the Phoenix, even onto Spectre sometimes with the dagger. A lot of different opportunities for that Nyx to get those plays off as MNT.
I'm just going to see if we can maybe find the block off onto one of them. We'll get the Fisher down, connects onto Seneko with the wraparound from Dendi. They get the Chen.
It's a situation where it's weird to rotate out of the mid lane for either of their heroes. That time, Dendi has a haste rune, so he can, but if you leave your mid lane versus Lina or Pugna, they're probably just going to take your tower. More so for the Pugna, but Lina, we've seen her time and time again. If you leave that lane, she just pushes it in under your tower and does threaten it. The rotation comes down, Chu is there, they have the penitence, damage amp, stun follow, no bashes, no bashes.
Oh.
Was that 0 bashes?
I believe so.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Not a single bash. Not a single bash as Kezi walks away for free.
They did it right, too. They threw the damage amp right at the start. They saved the stun. Even going for the mana burn point, as we were mentioning, on Chu. Just still not quite enough.
Radiant are scanning.
We do see Magical, even though he got pressured quite a lot with those 3 kills, top of that net worth. And Na'Vi, they want to respond to the threat of this Dendi Pugna push.
They are under the smoke. Once they do come close, though, there is that dire ward that will catch them and might give enough time to sort of allow them to back up. The TP coming into the mid.
Magical's healed, but yeah, they see the rotation coming in.
Now let's loop up the sentry down. They'll just find the sentry ward.
Oh, he didn't actually full heal his mana. He wanted to get back as fast as possible to try to set up for the gank. Pugna ward down again. It really is very annoying for the Lina.
Not quite annoying enough, really, to allow Dendi to have that advantage in the mid, as we see he's still behind.
Yeah, Chu, the arrow connects. It's a long one.
So yeah, he's got no way out of this. Only the level 3, still not a point in the spike carapace as he opted for the mana burn. That's 2k lead still for Na'Vi as they come out of this first 10 minutes of game 2. Only 4 for 4.
Dendi's got to be careful here versus Invis. They are aware of it, though, as they have that ward on the top side. They saw him actually pick it up.
Oh,
Peksu. Oh,
no.
That ward. Now they know that's there, though. That's going to be warded.
Yeah, they know that they can see up there.
Moonlight Shadow play coming in. What are they trying to set up for? Top tower is getting threatened quite a lot. Na'Vi's putting the pressure onto it here as the rotation mid. Kezu looks like he wants to try to pressure and maybe turn this into a tower push. It is 10 minutes, so they do have that catapult wave in mid. Trying to sneak an arrow. Now they know the Mirana's in the mid area as they continue to threaten top. Oh, Blizzy's going to have a blink so
I was going to say, look at the money on this Magnus. That's going to be scary item timings from Blizzy. We saw what he could do last game, some of these crucial jumps. Talking about big jumps, Crystallize. He's in on the mid, gets the 2-man chrono, the stun from the side, lined up perfectly by Chu to get Magical that double kill. Chu survives as Kezi doesn't quite have the burst to bring down the Nyx Assassin.
Great setup there, and good follow-up. Just perfect with that chain stun.
Does matter up?
Go.
May at least find Seneko up top. As with Pectra there as well, the fire spirit's on it, but Seneko, surely not.
No.
Oh. And indeed he doesn't. They get Seneko. So again, Vega Squadron, they're finding kills in return, but it's sort of not slowing down this big momentum that Na'Vi are riding as Blizzy.
Let's watch this again.
He's very nearly got that blink dagger.
Look at Chu, patiently waiting on the side there. Able to connect with that stun.
There's not quite the damage on Kezu yet to kill anyone in return, despite being the most farmed on his team. As this Magical Lina sailing ahead.
Already with the Yule Scepter, 12 minutes.
As Dendi, they've got eyes on him.
Oh no, Dendi.
Chew wants to set up for Magical. They can certainly go for this. The stun, the follow-up. It's a quick kill for the two of them. Chew getting the job done with the setup on his Nyx assassin.
Playing Pugna versus Nyx is the biggest nightmare. You are a very low armor hero, so the Vendetta does so much damage versus you. The mana burn, you are one of the highest int-gaining heroes in the game on Pugna too, so you just take so much from this. And Lina just some, tons of damage from her. Now they've already got the blink on the Magnus. Na'Vi
my
are
goodness.
looking pretty damn strong.
Yeah, this is a great timing from Blizzy.
They're looking to set up for mid too. Pressuring the tower. They want a big target here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Who is it they'll be able to find?
They've got the Centaur creep in position too for the follow-up if he's able to skewer them back. It now is seen as the smoke gets broken. The jump forward.
There is going to be a jump in from Peck, so he's going to commit with the Supernova. And I don't know, he's coming in with the ult. They'll jump in. Blizzy goes for the RP, but I don't know if he really wanted to...
It's all 5.
That was not the move to make from Blizzy. As he jumps in, commits with the RP into a fight that was nowhere near to going in favor of Na'Vi. As Vega Squadron, they had the Supernova. It was already, stewing for quite some time. It was going to be successful, whatever you did around it. And now Na'Vi, they've got to hold without that RP, as that was a bit of an underwhelming blink reveal from the Magnus.
They literally brought everybody. Denied tower, and they get the chrono on 2. Magical has the follow-up, and they get the secondary
There we
kill.
go. Crystallize able to clean things up and make sure that Na'Vi gets something out of that. As Madara, he's chasing for Magical, but Magical with the Yules, the Light Strike, he'll hold back the Spectre. And this time it's Madara's turn to get overconfident. He did have a bit of time left with that double damage rune and felt that he could dive for that kill. But there was more than enough control for Na'Vi to put a stop to that attempt.
That's a big mistake by Madara. You can't go for some type of solo play like that as a Spectre. And versus Lina, it's she's gonna have that much extra farm over you. You know she's gonna have the Yules into follow-up stun, and you're alone. You don't have any backup there.
Scanning.
As Mask now completed on Crystallize. Starting to see a glimpse of those fantastic chronos that we saw from him in Game 1. As Na'Vi now hold the top 3 net worth spots. Magical sailing ahead of the top, making it very hard for anyone on Vega Squadron to catch up.
Vega, though, they are, at least with their big team fight, we see what they can do once they have everything available. The Egg, the Spectre, as well as the Pugna. They've got a lot of ways to just cause so much chaos in the fights. And Decrep, I'm going to try to watch out for it in the fights, but Decrep could be a big thing to protect that Egg, just so they can't actually attack it and focus it down. And they also do have some good ways to protect it with Earthshaker. Just a stun on multiple heroes can maybe secure a Supernova to actually explode. As Magical commits forward, MNT gets the deny. So both mid towers on the 2 sides have been denied. Snako gonna get brought down here. Kazu now has his Maelstrom, I believe, finished. So his damage is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Kazu, we saw, he had a great lane to start things off in. And, he has been able to sort of keep himself on the same track as those cores of Na'Vi.
They're setting up for a play here with the Moonlight Shadow, but the Magnus has already departed. So we'll just be for naught as they will farm up. During this time, MNT, 1,000 gold away from the blink. Way too far up on his own, though, farming a creep wave on the enemy hill. That was...
They didn't sort of even have any deep wards that would sort of allow him to feel safe in that area.
Yeah, I mean, he Moonlight Shadowed and tried to clear the creep wave out, but...
It takes way too long at the stages.
Absolutely. And the position where he's in is just so risky. It's so far up on Navi's side. Trying to find anything they can get on the map, but they get punished for it quite heavily. And now, immediately, Na'Vi, they respond. They're hunting.
They are. And they're on top of Madara and Peck, so we'll see how they want to start this one off. And TP is coming in from MNT. Chew pops the Spike Carapace. They're focusing down the Magnus, making sure that Blizzy can't get off his skill set as the Echo Slams drop down. Blizzy's still alive for now as he pops the stick charges, finally falls. As the rest of Na'Vi will get themselves away and out of that.
Was that everyone on the side of Vega responding? Just, all the heroes.
The whole 5 came in for that.
And now Crystallize.
Oh, he's got the lockdown onto the big one as Matter has gone.
And the egg's been popped too in the backlines, and they just disengage. Arrow almost connects.
Do Vega still want to chase this?
Don't believe so. Uh-oh. Do they have the control?
Oh, the timing a little bit off there from Magical. Has to get it pretty perfect to stop the Mirana getting the leap off.
Yep. They can turn it into a push though, but Spectre's not dead for that long. 10 seconds.
Yeah, there will be that haunt that could come in and strike Na'Vi by surprise.
They are starting to position themselves back a bit here. Phoenix dodges stun.
All right, look at the spike carapace turn on to Peksu.
But yeah, they're hesitant to commit forward with Spectre respawning. A full Shadow Blade now finished on Magical. Still only a 1k lead for them, but it's feeling like quite a bit more for Na'Vi as Vega, they are struggling to take these engagements.
Oh, trying to set up a bit of a trap around this rune. And as it were, Magical won't be baited into going for it himself. He knows that they're set up and watching it.
So last game we saw Blizzy go for the auras on the Magnus. This time he's going to look to be doing the same. He's building up a hood, I believe, on that Magnus. A lot of magic damage.
Oh yeah, hood's going to be great this game.
Yeah, I mean when you're playing versus Pugnas, it's always going to be good to have it. Moonlight Shadow. Looks like they have a ward down bottom that they want to try to play. I think they caught vision of the Magnus for a second as they're looking for this invasion play. But Na'Vi, they are actually moving very quickly onto the opposite side of the map. They do not want to play in their jungle at the moment as now it's a smoke. They really want to try to catch something here. They don't have Echo Slam and they don't have Egg though. But they're trying to take advantage of no Chronosphere. Na'Vi. Looks like they're making their way into the pit. They love Roshan when they have Chen, just because of the way Penitence just allows you to be able to do it much easier. Vega might try to scout it here. They will with an arrow. They've got their egg available now again. We've got sentries prepared too for Chu. Stun next though.
Yeah, he gets the lead onto Peksu with the Laguna from Magical. Perfect.
Hot enough for you.
Phoenix is gone.
He didn't even try to walk up to get the stun.
I mean that must have only just been enough damage, I think, with the Laguna as well. That looked close.
He's pretty high level though. And Crystallize, he sees MNT farming bottom.
And he'll take himself a free solo kill.
Sure. He probably assumes that Earthshaker is close to Blink Dagger. That is a great way to slow that down. As Seneko claiming some bounties. Madara will look to get a kill here, but Magical's in the area. Uh-oh.
He is in Madara. He's been baited in. And there's the turnaround. Hand of God comes in. A horde even wasted as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's painful for Vega.
That is so costly. Madara making some crucial individual errors twice now in this game, trying to go for these solo kills. But he's a Spectre.
He should be farming.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be the one hunting. It's the power of the hunt. He's got to have other people doing that job for him.
Yeah, they have to actually be doing exactly that. They have to be running around more as 3 or 4. Especially with like the Earthshaker Mirana, these two have to be trying to setting up kills. Either Earthshaker Mirana or Earthshaker plus Pugna have to look around to try to set up. But Na'Vi, they've been grouped up quite a lot. It is pretty hard to actually find them out of position as they've been playing together. They secure themselves with Roche now. Magical, who has this, what is he? He's Godlike, I believe, on the Selena. 11 and 1 beyond Godlike.
Yeah. He's on
got an
Godlike
Aegis now, so.
Oh. I mean, you know, you're sort of seeing out the job. You know, Lena can absolutely be one of these heroes that just takes over the lane, takes over the game, and then he tried his best to sort of stem stem Magical's growth and hold her back. Oh. But she played the lane great.
Yeah, I mean, she got
dealt
those
with
kills.
The pressure.
She got the kill on Peksu. The first blood was huge.
They threw so much of Magical in the mid lane, but it just was not enough to throw him off this great performance that he's having so far on Lena. 10k gold and growing, and looking to be very small signs of ways that Vega Squadron can play around him. With the way that they're playing, at least at the moment, they cannot afford to sort of just throw heroes in 1v1 and getting comboed down by Magical. Level 15, nearly level 16, and nearly having a BKB on top of the Shadowblade in your setup with just 22 minutes into this game.
I mean, Magical's playing so damn well on this Lena this game. He is definitely carrying his team to victory. Not to say that the rest of them aren't playing well, but he's definitely just a bit above at the moment. And pressure onto tier 2. They know that Haunt was used. They're not afraid at all. And they've got this Aegis. They've got a BKB finished on Crystallized too. Crystallized even just queued up an Aghanims.
I mean, I think that build's fantastic. They're not struggling with damage.
No, definitely
They
not.
just want to keep the team fights going, and they want to keep the team fights going as many times as possible whenever that Haunt is down.
I mean, Magical's gonna do enough damage by himself there.
You just need to have the higher uptime on the Chrono.
And he just needs to be able to kill the egg, right?
Yeah.
Pop that BKB. How are they going to stop this man from running onto that egg and killing it? There is actually nothing. As Seneko has, we were talking about, you know, there's a lot of magic damage on the side of Vega. I saw this actually done in the other, you know.
Yeah, Solo did it.
Yeah, the cloak auras.
Solo was doing it, yeah.
Since they have, I mean, it was changed quite a long time ago, but now it gives 10% to heroes instead of that 5% that it was previously. That was a long, long time ago that it was. I think it was over a year ago that they made that change. But. Full BKB. This looks like, I mean, magic. This looks like Ori. Ori, when he played that Lina, he is keeping up incredibly well. Look at how farmed this Lina is.
Top tier Lina showing from Magical.
161 last hits, 11, 113. I mean, he's part of 14 kills in this game out of 16 for his team. What more could you ask for? This man. Who was it that we were watching? They were using Arc as a stand-in, right? When we were watching them last time, I believe? During
Vega?
Maincast? No, Navi. During Maincast, they were using Arc. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that.
Yes, because Magical wasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
So indeed, this is nice to see. So Navi, this is their true roster.
Yeah. Arc was fantastic
pretty
too,
good.
but like,
sure, yeah. They had some great, I mean, what that was back when they also managed to beat Dendi plus Secret, right?
Yep.
But Navi with Magical also looking very, very solid.
Throw the Empower. Look at that Lina's damage. 200 per hit.
And that incredible attack speed as well when she gets the Fiery Souls stacked up. Vega Squadron, they are moving around onto the bottom and trying to get some sort of a trade, fighting where Navi aren't, taking these tier 2s themselves.
Navi is not giving them any type of opportunities where they split up and get picked off.
No, they
every
are
single time.
5-man in every place.
Yes, it's always them together. And now they're going to look to set up for a team fight here. Chu already in position. There is a sentry placed down, so they will see him for a second. But
Crystallized. He gets the Chrono onto the 2 cores. The setup is all that they need. Blizzy just coming in with sort of the swag RP there as he does it right from outside the Chrono. It looked like it was just in the range as well, but just having that guaranteed extra second of lockdown, making sure nothing could come out in response. As again, Navi just seeming to play ahead of Vega Squadron every single objective.
They always just seem to, like, whenever they're trying to take fights, it's like they have Chrono available. And there's just no way that Vega can take the fight unless they get the initiation, unless they get the jump. They have to pretty much use the Spectre Haunt to get vision of where this Void is, and the Earthshaker has to follow up perfectly. They do have that Blink now available, but just that faster pace.
Oh, Magical. He's found himself another. Beyond godlike on the Lina. His streak continuing.
As the announcer said, holy shit. I mean, Magical is really owning.
Definitely looking to be like one of the heroes that, if you see Magical get his hands on in the mid lane, you've got to seriously consider how you're going to deal with that. I mean, a Vega Squadron tried. We saw, yeah, the instances in throwing 3 heroes towards the mid lane. It didn't matter. Magical still able to just blow us all away.
Like, the crazy thing is he did it mostly on his own, right? Like, Chu had that one.
He didn't really have much help from his team. He didn't need it.
He really did do incredibly well. As his teammates just had to worry about their side lanes. That's like the dream when you have when you can do this with your mid laner. It's like, all right, guys, yep, I'm okay. Yep, 3 people roaming on me. It's cool. All right, this could be a setup. They might actually be able to find this with the chain stun, the arrow. They get it. They commit the Haunt as well, though. I guess they want to get Madara the kill. He does get
the kill.
But now they've used...
That was everything.
I mean, they used the Haunt, so we could see as soon as he respawns, Navi look for an engagement. They do at least still have their Echo Slam and their Supernova, but I guess they just really want to get him involved every single time. But that looked like a for sure kill without it. Maybe just wanted to see if anybody else was around, right? That could be the one thing. You see this guy.
Sure, and then maybe you can turn 1 kill into 2 kills, or as you say, yeah, realize, oh, we got to get ourselves out immediately.
Yeah, exactly. I think that might have been why. They're just trying to get anything they can on the map, even if they have to blow some long cooldowns, I guess. So as we said, yep, Blizzy has gone that pipe, and he's queued up the Guardian Greaves as well. Just all about those auras on the Magnus.
A 7K lead for Na'Vi. And this game 2. Looking to play out a little similar, a little slower than game 1, but Na'Vi just continuing to look to just be the stronger side.
Yep. And immediately they start pushing that top lane. They see that Vega's positioned bottom, at least with their Marauder. They probably have the assumption that other people are behind him. They're smoking to meet their allies top. They want to threaten. If they can catch something here, there's no Spectre Haunt. Like we said, as soon as they were going to respawn, they're going to try to pick a fight with that Haunt down.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You got to do something about this, Vega. Magical, sieging in, Crystallize, just jumps in. Sees an opportunity to take Phoenix away.
Trying to force some reaction to make them pull back here. RP.
And Blizzy's caught another. He's caught the couple, grabs him back, and that's matter of 2.
He got both cores. He got the Spectre and the Mirana.
This has happened a couple of times, whether it's been RPs or Chronospheres, where Kezu and Matter have just been caught a little too close next to one another. As now the top racks, they're exposed. Na'Vi, they'll push on. The Yule setup there, coming down onto Peksu. The stuns. Ooh, and then T is it with a big 3-man Echo, but it's not quite big enough. Hand of God comes through from Seneko. Crystallize has the BKB out, does still get stunned by the Supernova, but with the BKB, there's no follow-up control.
They can send Magical home, and then I believe he has Boots of Travel early on too, so they can send him home and reset and come back if they want to keep going for the fight, but they're going to back up and reset. They don't have RP. Chronosphere is going to be back up any second now, though, because that was the Ags Chrono.
And they can just look to do that again. Vega Squadron, they are without 2 buybacks now.
And no Echo Slam now either for the next upcoming fight, which will probably be around this Roche area. They do have vision around it, but Na'Vi, we've seen what they're able to do around that Roche pit and how fast they can actually bring it down.
Being on Disco Magical, it's going to be so hard for them to get on top of that Lina. Something that they were already struggling with. There's the found Dendi. Dendi tries to come out and farm a neutral camp. And Na'Vi's there waiting.
Magical waited actually to just the stun. He just waited for the maximum stun duration. A Haunt gets burnt. Are they chasing down bottom for Blizzy? He's pretty tanky though.
He has got a full 1.
He will die though.
But yeah, it doesn't matter with the Manta Illusions and that Desolate damage. Na'Vi, yeah, they've got the space for Roche. They've got the...
Oh, and a DD. Arrow? Crystallize walks into it.
Okay. Shouldn't matter too much in the long run as Chu. Holding Peksu out from the pit. Na'Vi. Roche, Aegis and Cheese for the side. Vega Squadron, they've got to run. There's a Chrono and it's ready to be thrown down on them. As now with an 11K lead, Na'Vi more than ready to go once more.
Yep, they're probably going to push out this bottom wave. They might even just have Lina walk down or just push this one, and then when this Magnus respawns, they can look to take a fight. Just keep those lanes pushed out with this Aegis Cheese. They should be more than confident to push forward as Haunt is still on cooldown.
Does finally have that Diffusal Blade done now, Madara.
Ooh, they have to watch out too. I actually didn't notice that Chu has a Blink Dagger too, so lots of different ways for Na'Vi to jump in and start a fight. Seneco's playing the hard 5 Chen this game.
He is. He's buying everything.
Yeah, he wants to make sure that the Nyx gets good farm.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, we've seen like depends on the style of play, the players as well. Like we saw Puppy, he rushes, he likes to get Aghanim some games, get a medallion early on. I think Misery also likes to get the medallion the most of the time. But Seneko, he just likes to play that sacrificial Chen. He's just giving his other 4 players all the space in the world to get the farm. He's just like a glorified having these creep auras and then having the Hand of God. That's what it seems like for him.
Yeah, and it works out because so sometimes you might need to see the Chen step up and farm if you do want him to buy those item auras, but because you have this off lane, the Magnus who's doing so, you're sort of, other than like if you made the medallion, the Solar Crest, there's not really anything crazy that you could imagine in his inventory that is going to be any better on him than it would be on Magnus or on Chu's Nyx Assassin having an extra item. They've got Madara. Straight into the stun. They surround him, and a Laguna Blade from Magical takes the Spectre out of the fight. The Chrono comes down, holding down Keizu as there's 2 dead without buyback on Vega Squadron. Magical getting a triple kill. It just doesn't stop from Na'Vi as Na'Vi...
They're just continue.
They are out of the light stroke with even there, so MNT blinks into the stun. 3 dead without buyback, and Na'Vi with this first series on this LAN at the minor.
They're making it look easy.
They are looking absolutely on form. You know, we spoke to Blizzy before the game. He seemed confident. He said they'd put the work in. They've got some strats ready to show. And I said if they got something sort of that there is a bit of their own, and they do to an extent. We're seeing the Void. We're seeing the Void work out. I feel like we've seen other teams try the Void, such as ESL, and it had sort of mixed success. But this lineup with heroes like the Void and the Magnus, they are looking like team fight beasts as Na'Vi just blowing away Vega Squadron. With 4 dead, Na'Vi can easily move across to a second set of racks. Look for more. Fortification will be there to slow them down a little bit as Vega Squadron will hold on for at least one more attempt in this team fight in this game.
They want him to echo.
Oh, they're baiting
They're baiting it.
Oh, yeah.
They're stacking up. They pop the pipe.
I love it. The positional BM.
Look, I think they're going to do it again. Look at Seneca. Oh, my God. They're giving it to him. Oh, he gets Carapace during the finish.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, they knew he would Fisher first, so Chu just Carapaces him. As Na'Vi. You can feel it, they can feel it, they're having fun.
That was cute.
Not the same for Vega Squadron, you'd imagine, as they're struggling. There is that Echo Slam that comes out.
Will
they do have the Horn too.
He still has Aegis though, and they're not going to be able to kill anyone.
They're really not. As only Matter alive, the rest of Vega Squadron dead. They're moving in towards the pit. Blizzy skewering Matter out of the fountain. Na'Vi, they want to dive. They want to get that team wipe. Crystallize is in. Blizzy is dying to the fountain, but he's able to take the aggro off towards Crystallize. They don't have enough time to kill Matter. Matter will actually move out and get the kill.
I mean, they know they won this game.
Onto the Magnus.
They just wanted to dive. Again, the send home. He's got blue to travel if he needs to rejoin, but Mega Creeps have been attained. 25k gold lead. No way for Vega to have any chance of coming back in this one.
Unless Na'Vi mess up.
No.
But from what we've seen in these 2 games, yeah, this roster certainly didn't turn up to land to mess up. They
stood together
very good
as 5 heroes baiting an Echo Slam Owen. They are incredibly confident. That was cute.
Full Silver Edge on Magical and Crystallize. Absolutely stacked to the ears as Butterfly complete on the Void. It's Vega Squadron.
They're going to keep trying to
battle. They got one more shot of this. One more shot up against the Megas, up against Na'Vi. And they'll take that.
Look at Seneco's items. The boot to travel wand. He's in.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
That was Vega. I wonder if they'll be presented with the opportunity again. Will we see Na'Vi?
They're going to stack up. I have a feeling they're going to stack as 5 again together.
I mean, I don't know if they will. Maybe they just want to finish the game now.
Perhaps.
Let's see.
They've got more than enough to do so.
The Na'Vi want to go for the stack. Go on, do it with the creeps. Do it with the summons. Give MNT that dream Echo Slam. But at the same time, when they do have their RP and Chrono, they could be more set and just looking for the flashy plays themselves. Blizzy's hunting.
He's just walking in. He's so tanky. He knows. He's like, all right, yeah, initiate on me, please. I've got Pipe. I've got Greaves. The Chrono.
It gets the 2 of them. The BKB out as well from Crystallize. He knows he's not going to be interrupted as he beats down both the Phoenix and the Pugler. There'll be a buyback coming out from Peksu. And they are finding at least 1 in return as they do kill off Seneca.
Magical dive.
They do get Magical. Hello. They're getting Blizzy too.
But the base, the creeps, they're doing it.
Oh, no. Oh, the summons.
Seneca's in it. He's got the catapult.
The catapults.
They're not killing the catapults.
Kill them. Kill them catapults.
They will be able to hold it for a moment.
Oh, they're gone. They're holding
Kez almost died.
Almost.
Magical died.
Didn't.
They actually got,
Who got
who got
the money?
that bounty?
I was gonna say, who
It's like,
got
what,
the money?
1,200 gold at least, right?
Someone got a
1,200.
good paycheck out of killing that Lina.
Oh,
I
they're
know that
trying.
for sure.
Madara's tanking it. Who got this?
It was
Pexi.
Pexi.
Oh, crystallizes in. He's getting
What?
arrowed.
Dire's ancient
Oh, the ancient! Ah, I got it!
Goes down.
He got it, crystallized. As GG is finally called.
Navi,
They good?
they're not splitting
They
up.
are
Is the
good.
thing I noticed is when they have this
Yeah.
lead, it's not like you see people splitting up and getting picked up over that. They have one person address the split push issue, constantly push out those webs, and then they group up time and time again whenever they have their ultimates available. They didn't give much breathing room, but Vega made quite a bit of mistakes
They
this
did
time around.
certainly have some visible mistakes and
Yeah.
errors in that game that I'm sure they themselves will have recognized and will look back at.
Yeah, I mean, Madara, those 2 deaths he had, for me, were very costly. When he tried to go for the Lina, he dies
Oh, yeah,
by
it
himself,
just-
goes for the Chen, it dies again, uses the Haunt.
I mean, you're already on a hero that's hard to recover with. It's not like the Terrorblade, not like the Morphling, where you
Yeah.
can easily get that quick flash farm. So those, as you say, those sort of misplays, mispositions are going to cost you every single time. At least for Vega, they got to play the game more this game.
They did.
It wasn't an outdraft. Well, maybe you could argue that the better lineup was there in Navi's hands, but it wasn't an outdraft to the same extent as being up against a Huskar was. So they got a chance
Sure.
to play their game, but it just didn't look all quite there. Whereas Na'Vi, on the other hand, looking to have some serious coordination going on, and we are really seeing the power of having Magical here on the
Yes.
LAN and seeing what he can do in that mid lane.
He's been top notch. I mean, the fact that they commit 3 heroes, right? The Earthshaker comes in first, tries to gank. They kind of get him low. He has to kind of back up and reset. Then they bring 3 to try to kill him, and he gets the first blood before them. That's, yeah. What more could you ask for?
Pretty much the summer of indeed what happened in that game is Na'Vi. They're turning up to this LAN, and they are looking pretty damn fine in this first series that they show us. This 2-0 against Vega Squadron. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the panel up shortly. Na'Vi off to a hot start at the DreamLeague CORSAIR Season 10.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Fogdeno. And indeed it is Na'Vi victorious, meaning they will go up against Complexity tomorrow. And also tomorrow, it will be Vega Squadron going up against Infamous tomorrow. But for now, today, we are here to talk about this game. Slacks, Kyle, I feel kind of odd because this series, we kind of, especially the second game as well, we kind of knew it was coming. We already saw from the draft onwards that Vega Squadron is having an uphill battle. Big mountain to climb.
I feel like it was the same as the first series where a team gets outdrafted in game 1.
Does the same thing
They
again.
do the same thing. And I don't really know what to say.
You know what? I do know what to say. You know, sometimes
Say it.
you hope that someone's going to surprise, that something is going to come out of the bag. And sometimes people just got to warm up. It's day 1 of the minor, you know, they got more games to play.
Yep.
Exactly.
Coming in with some original strategies. Will get more creative as they get a little accustomed to the tournament, I believe. Or not.
It's not about
Could
getting
have.
creative. It's about forcing the enemy side to get creative.
Right.
Even if it's just, it's like working the count in baseball, right? Even if you end up striking out, you want to make them throw as many pitches as possible. You learn. You gain experience, and you put pressure on them, right?
Okay.
You don't...
I don't know what a count is. When you said working the count, I thought
You know,
you were
like
fighting
balls and
vampires.
strikes. Like 2 balls, 1 strike. Okay, the point is you don't want to just...
Count
You don't want to make it
Dracula.
easy for them. You don't want to swing at the first pitch.
Oh,
over them.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
And you're giving away the first draft
Well,
twice in
yeah.
a row.
You don't want to do that shit.
You do
gotta,
not.
gotta mix it up a
You do
little
not. You know who's going to be really happy with this, winning against this former organization? It is Blizzy, and we have got him. So, Thomas, please play Blizzy in.
What's that?
Hey.
Hello, sir. Hello. So nice.
Congratulations, sir. All right. I just want to know, how's it been? What's your team like? How's it been going?
It was fine.
Oh, there you go.
It was fine. Like games, I wouldn't say it was like easy game, but they weren't hard.
Which is basically saying they were easy games.
Well, he doesn't want to say it. Keep it up.
Yeah, I don't wanna say
Words
that.
in his mouth.
He's not disagreeing with you, per se.
So you guys seem to have a good strategy going in. And where did that come from? Where did you watch a bunch of games, do a lot of practicing?
Yeah, we actually prepared good for this tournament. We played a lot of scrims, like many scrims every day, like, and we got like many strategies actually. I wouldn't say it's our best strategies. It's one of them.
Tell it, you guys really worked together pretty easily on that one. So it showed.
So at the start of the season, before anything was played, you were one of 6 people I tweeted as saying somebody to watch for the upcoming season, ready to make a breakout. Did that inspire you, or did you never see it and thus don't care at all?
Can you please repeat?
He's in disbelief at this stupid question. Please say it again.
So, start of the season, I thought you were one of the top 5 players to watch for a breakout.
Me?
Yeah. Did you care at all about that? And if you did that inspire you?
I didn't really.
Do you follow Kyle on Twitter?
He doesn't.
I don't.
No one does.
Do you remember
No
playing
one-
pubs when we were in, I was in Russia?
I don't really remember actually.
This is
Sorry.
Not
Sorry,
making
man.
an impact.
Wow.
No lasting impression.
No, Blizzy, he joins Na'Vi and all of a sudden he doesn't give a damn about the little guy anymore. I see how it is.
No man, it's not like
I was
this.
there when no one else was.
I think it's less of that and more not wanting to be, put down the dark path.
Who's that?
Just staying away from you as much as possible.
All right. You know what? Blizzy, we have a replay. We have our glorious drawing board, and you are kindly invited to join Kyle into pause it, please.
Pause!
To talk about what is happening on the screen.
Come on up, buddy. Let's take a look at you.
Hang on. So we just want to know what happened here.
Make sure to keep the microphone in front of you.
What happened here?
Yeah, what did happen here?
Just Crystallized said he can chrono some people mid, and I was ready to TP, so it was like 3 kills.
Gotcha.
So that's what happened.
Do you think they're feeling like this in the chrono, or do you think they're feeling like this?
They're filming like this.
Yes.
Baby cry.
They feel like the baby. All right, let's play it. What do we got here? There we go. Great chrono by your boy.
Perfect.
Perfect chrono, as his teammate would say. That's very motivating for
Jukes
you.
the arrow.
Beautiful juke into a stun, into a TP. Here comes Daddy! And everybody's running from their lives.
Now, here, this isn't actually a replay. This is it happened again.
Yes.
Was it easier this time?
Yeah, Crystallized said he doesn't want to chrono one hero, and he said, I'm waiting for a good moment. Like, so that's just what happened.
Okay, but you pre-planned that. It was
Yeah, we were waiting. Like,
Gotcha.
No, you can tell. A plan, an execution, and a not easy, but a well-done strategy.
yeah.
There you go.
All right. How did it feel playing against Dendy while being in Na'Vi? Is that something that is... Because that is quite special, right?
Yeah, a little bit special.
Who do you think, this is related, who do you think the Twitch chat voted for MVP?
Of course, Dandy.
We can take a look. The Hacks MVP. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
You got to get more creative, you guys. Magical had an amazing game as well on his lead.
Well, he earned the top spot on Na'Vi for that.
Yeah, with 3%.
So nobody vote for us?
Don't look. Look away.
You might be like still a little bit new, but Twitch chat is just so dumb.
Okay,
right?
take
Am I
it
right?
easy. Those are our paying
Can you
customers.
just agree? Just agree.
No, don't do it.
I don't.
It's a good
That's
career.
wise, very wise.
Let's change
Wait,
it a little.
I have like a good question.
All right, go for it.
All right. Which pro team do you that's top tier, like the VP, Secret, Vici, which one are you guys most alike? Who do you want to emulate?
Only one?
Yeah, like who would you want to play like?
Of course, it's LGD. Like,
LGD?
yeah.
Well, that wasn't a very fast
course.
answer.
Yeah, of
Why is it?
Expand.
Why is it LGD?
Because all LGD players are best on their roles, I think. So I want to be like them. Me especially.
Wow. What a cool question and a great answer.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Blizzy.
Blizzy, too. Thanks for answering.
Blizzy, do you have a favorite music genre that Thomas can play while you walk off stage?
Actually, all my favorite music is Russians. Russian,
Any
like,
polka?
Yeah.
Any
Yeah,
Russian
some
polka?
What do we got?
not like traditional Russians, but okay.
Yeah? Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. All right. Thank you very much, Blizzy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great having you on the show, and hopefully we'll see you back as well.
Thank you.
Give me a hand then too. Yes, thanks for your time. That was Blizzy, everyone, from Na'Vi, making it through to the upper bracket of Group A. We have a double elimination bracket, a GSL-style group. So every team has to win 2 series before they make it through, and eventually 2 teams per group will be in the upper bracket, and 2 teams will be in the lower bracket. As you can see, both Na'Vi and Complexity in the right spot to get 2 victories. Tomorrow they will play each other, just as Vega Squadron will face Infamous tomorrow as well. But that is enough of Group A. Done for the day.
Get me out of here.
No, done for the day with Group A.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Group
You're
A.
staying for the rest